Hey, welcome, all my right thinkers. Tune in to check out your boy. I'm a little nippy today, so out here in my lap doing what I do for you. So I gotta put my long johns on because the little weather got chilly on me right quick. So all right, I'm bundled up. I'm ready to do what I do for you though. Let's rock. Rightisms, 25 rules to live by. Storytelling, story with a message. There's a message in the story for life. Even after death, I got a good lesson for you. Let's go. Yeah, we got a good thing going. I appreciate you. Let's do what we do. Right thinking mission, and that's what I'm on, is to enlighten, inspire, educate, and motivate all individuals to a higher spiritual level of enlightenment. Right thinkers' way of life through mental and spiritual discipline, practice daily will help and guide you to attain your goal of spiritual enlightenment, aka know thyself. My mission is that right thinkers know thyself. If you're a right thinker, your goal is to know thyself. See where we're going with this? Let's get that together. So I ask the question, do you know you? It's rhetorical. But if you don't have the answer for yourself, tune in. I can help you with that. Let's go. A person who knows not, and knows not that they know not, is foolish. Disregard them. A person who knows not and knows that they know not is simple, but you can teach them. That's why I do what I do for you. Appreciate you too. Stay tuned. I got more for you. A person who knows not and believe and think that they know is dangerous. Avoid them. I do. A person who knows and knows not that they know is okay. They're spiritually asleep. I can awaken them. I'm a spiritual alarm clock here to wake you up with knowledge of self. A person who knows and knows that they know is wise. Follow them. All these persons reside in you. Right thinkers know thyself. And to Maya, be true. We talk about life. Let's get a breakdown right now about death. Right thinkers, let's talk about the original last one in the Testament. I just broke it down because it says here the title, the Per and Heru, and the readings for the guidance of the dying person and their relatives. They're going to break down the original, what they thought of, and this is what the Book of Dead, they claim is Book of Dead, but this is the person's last rites into the world. Okay, let me break it down for you. This is good. I'm reading, I was like, oh, this is fun. This is going to be cool. Hope you understand. So now, before entering into what we call mystical study, that's esoteric learning, hidden messages, not the esoteric, the regular or the basic. I don't do that. I ain't got time for that. I give you the hidden meaning. So that's my whole point. I'm giving you information that they don't. So before even enter into a deep mystical study of what we call the Per Im Haru, they call it the Book of the Dead because they found it in the casket of the dead person, but they read it. How about this? They recited the book at the time of death. They put the book with them, but the person who did the reciting, the priest or priestess, knew that person. aka we call it a eulogy. Eulogize. How about that? So this is a good breakdown. I'm trying to break it down as I go. But watch this. You got the Per and Haru, or Netarian text, such as we had him to Amun. It is admonished that all aspirants should study and understand and have a firm grasp of what Shita Asar. That's the myth of Asar, Aset, and Haru. That's your life laid out for you. If you study, learn it, you'll understand. It's all aspects of your personality. That's what I learned. It's a beautiful thing. And also, you got the book of Resurrected Asar. Okay? These are things that to teach you how to get to you. What? After death. This is the after death concept. Well, I remember that nonsense. They had a concept. Why? They knew that death wasn't the end of the spirit. Why? Spirit don't die. And after the lesson, hopefully you get that better understanding about that also. So, all right, we'll get back to teaching. You learn this concept. There are at least 3 recognized uses of what the Per and Haru. You read that book for a purpose and a reason. That's what they're about to tell you. You have the Per and Haru chapters that can still be effective when even today. That's the beauty part of it. Watch this. That's why truth don't change. So let's go. In ancient times, the scriptures of the Per and Peru, it was a purpose. It was used by who? The priests and priestess to what? Officiate what? At burials, which were actually rituals related to what? The guidance of the deceased. Right there. As a Mason. I've been to a bunch of funerals, yeah. But ain't nothing more beautiful than a good send-off by a Master Mason and a brother who can recite that. Oh man, he broke it down. We had a guy, my man, Brother Jones. Forgive me, but he was sharp. And we had a younger brother. Matter of fact, at the Master of my lodge, I never remember the concept. Wow, it's too long and it's tedious. And every time they ask me to come and do it, I said, man, why you both make sure I think I know this stuff? You smart? No, I just study. I know aspects and concepts. I don't memorize stuff like that. I don't have a photographic memory. So I had a young brother who was sharp. This brother would come in and do it word for word. And I got the book I'm reading. He going faster than the book. I said, brother, yeah. So I'm not equipped with that. I got a problem with that. But that's the concept. Okay, if you do that, pastor's good at that too. I ain't good at remembering photographically. No, my memory works a little different. That's all. But they were doing the scriptures that was chosen by the departed and were read prior to the death as they were on what? Their deathbed. Last wishes, you get me? And another formal performance would have also taken place after they actually died. This one would have what included the participation of the spouse of the deceased. For example, the wife of the deceased would assume the role of who? I said, the wife of the son, the resurrector. Remember, she brought him back to life for the purpose of getting impregnated, but nonetheless, right there. But that's what they had to remember. We deal with ancient concepts. To them, that's what the lifestyle, and I understand it. But she was a resurrector. Why? Because in this capacity, the dying person should be read all the appropriate chapters selected for a certain purpose. So that person, excuse me. And the prepared text can be read. See the Book of the Dead. We had that lesson. I gave you that a while ago. Or it can be read as follows. Watch this. Beginning with the passages from the chapter 1, part 1, that related to the what? Commencement of the movement into what? The higher plane of existence. Right there. Let me put a pin right there. They didn't see death as the end. Again, your body died. Cool. But the spirit went on. And the choice was either it went on, it hung around for a while. Okay, that's when they come and fed it. But the car, at a certain point in time, going to leave. Why? The body, I'm gone. Okay, but so that was the whole concept and idea. But the bar, if you haven't become conscious of who you were, know thyself, gain understanding, while alive, I'm going to break all that down for you. Why? This is what they tell you about, okay? But they break it down for you. They knew that death wasn't the no, it was going on. And we had the same concept. Once we get past the morning, we're in a better place. Okay, well, what the hell are you freaking out for? If you thought that in the beginning, what the hell are they crying for? Excuse me. But all that New Orleans, they be celebrating. Yeah, that's the concept. That's all. Sorry about that. I got excited. Yeah, I'm over here freaking out. But yeah, because when you realize life after death was something you aspired to do, you wasn't afraid of death. Why? You wanted to prepare for that. Why? Because that's what's going to happen anyway. That's why. And the scripture chosen, watch this. Okay, excuse me. Now, at the time of death, watch this. The scripture from chapter 18 from the book, that's like the Bible. They go in here and read certain aspects from the Bible, the one that he liked. Well, I hope you understand this. But they went to chapter 18, and the movement through what? The netherworld, which they call the Duat, into what? To discover the abode of Asar. And then chapter 36, entry into what? The inner shrine that should be read to the dying person or a dead person. Why? Because here the commentary, the glosses of what? Your spiritual preceptor can also be read. They're going to read about you. Again, eulogize you. And then at the time of death, and immediately afterwards, what? The attendees and at the deathbed, and later what? Their funeral or the wake should what? Recite. Here we go. Chapters 1, part 2. They got a hymn 1. Then you got hymn to Ra, always. And you had a hymn to Amen. Okay? And then the hymn to Asar. In the reading of the scripture, again, Bible, we call it, but back then the Hebrew, they knew it. Okay, the deceased is to be guided by what? Readings to what? To discover in that afterlife the divine. Modern parapsychological experiments have suggested the possibility, this is modern times, that at the time of death, while an individual cannot move, their senses are done, but they can still hear. Further, it was believed in ancient times, that the spirit essence of a person, which is the astral body, the nervous system, stuff that be twitching, the body die and raise up, that's the spirit that's in the body. Watch this. Would remain close by the body, that's the car. I just told you. The car hang around for a little while and they realize, ain't nothing kicking. Okay, I got the bread, but it'll be there for a minute. That's what the people were serving after death. They would come and bring the food. They call it repast now. You feed the spirit. Okay, that's the car. And watch this. The car will remain close to the body and for a time, and then what? Even the car would benefit from what? The readings. Because why? He's on his way to that next journey. And all the attendees should not be what? Mourning. Why? At this time. Okay, that should be done earlier. And since the resurrection of the deceased soul is a motive for what? Rejoicing. Again, the spirit don't die. The attendees, family members and all, should take comfort. Here you go, New Orleans, in the fact that the recitation of these verses is infallible for what? The person passing on if they had led a righteous life. If and return what? Their spirit, if they lived a righteous life and turn, here you go, their spiritual vision towards God. While what? They were still alive. Born again, okay? Whatever you did, you have a chance to right that wrong before you die. Why? Because it's going to be judgment day and you got to stand accountable for what you do. That's why. And if you did it the right way, you're good to go. Other than that, recycle. They already knew that. They didn't. You get to plead your case now. You got no say so. Why? The heart speaks for you. Be careful what you think and do. Why? It's all recorded. And you're responsible for everything you say and do. Alright? But the recitation, watch this, will be helpful even if the person has not made these changes. Why? You're going to get a good... That guy right there. Perfect example. The person who was doing his funeral didn't know him. That was obvious to everybody. Why? Because some stuff that she said didn't pertain to him. So we knew that. So that's what I'm saying. And the person who's doing your eulogy, who eulogizing you, should know you. That's what it said. The person who will speak for you, that they knew of you while you was alive. What's this? Now, what's this? The recitation will also be helpful even if the person has not made the changes. They're going to talk good about it. But this is to help what? The help will be limited to experiencing what? Less adversity in what? The netherworld. So he's going to go there for a minute, but he's coming back. What's this? And the next lifetime. Don't worry, that's the holding bin. And the recitation will benefit who? The attendees. The preacher, the press, they saying good stuff. They bring all that good stuff. That's why. And the attendees also. And the attendees should be now, should by now realize what? That there is no real death. Hello? Why? Therefore, mourning, fear are to be seen as what? Irrational sentiments for who? For those who are, you ready? Spiritually ignorant. Are you? So that's what I'm saying. I watched my niece funeral, and my mother and my sister handled themselves way before I thought they would. Why? They had obviously they had come to grips with the understanding. Okay, they wasn't spiritually ignorant. Moving on. The soul moves on. We know that, or we should. And they should what? Free the soul by not regretting its passing on, by wishing it a what? Since we should safe journey. That's the concept. This feeling helps what? The soul move on without what? The burden of attachment, feeling like they left somebody behind and did that all nonsense. Okay. But it allows the living, those behind, to move on also in their own life or spiritually disciplined life and leading up to their what? Their own time passing. We all got ours coming, so understand that. Now, in this case, then those people who are in a coma, okay, here you go right here, they're going to address that, in a coma or in a vegetative state of mind, it must be understood that the yogic philosophy takes over. Watch this. Why? They don't get involved in emotions. The yoga philosophy holds that your soul is never in the body, but rather it uses the body for a limited period of time. A person's death is determined by the higher aspects of what their personality, the ka and the ba and the aku, your spirit, your body, and your understanding desires what to move on, even what if your lower personality, the ka and the ren, your physical body and your name of that person seems to what? Cling to life. No, stop with that. What's this? If there is clinging, what that means? Then there is pain and sorrow. Not just for the person who's clinging, but it's for the person who's watching it. Don't it hurt to see them stuff? Don't you want them to just, in the misery, put a pillow in their face? No, you can't do that. But, when it stays there, you're going to go through the pain and suffering, but just let him go. Why? Because the spirit wants out. The sorrow for the dying person. The person may not be corrupted, but what? The people around him, because they are going, what? Against the desires of the soul. The soul said, man, lift me, let me out, okay? If I ain't going home, let me go get another body while this one ain't working. It's the fact. All philosophical, I hope you understand the concept allegorically. But so therefore, what happens? The family of the deceased should not try to hold on to the body. That's all it is. And that's emotion all built up. The body ain't the person. Get over it. And realize what? That the body is only an aggregate of elements that must what? Go back to nature. It don't belong to you. Where what? They come from? You got earth, air, water, and fire. But without the spirit, that's all nature. Go right back to the earth. The soul is what? Imperishable. It don't die. It multiplies. And in what? In this aspect, we are all one and can never leave our loved ones. Spiritually and metaphorically. How can a wave leave the ocean? We all drop in the ocean consciously or philosophically. We use that ocean concept, and that's we all part of the same ocean. In deciding, watch this, in deciding when to disconnect the life support system, here you go, machines, the family should be guided by who? Wisdom. Not a bunch of emotional feelings, along with the insight of what? A health professional, aka the doctor. Okay, yeah, we can keep them on life support system, but it's going to cost you a bunch of money, and then when they going to do nothing, okay, they give you their analysis. They're not caught up in, it's my mother. They don't give a damn. So, again, they're doing their job. Professionals, okay. Talking and taking into account the factor of allowing other family members, again, they're what? Members, and those not initiated in the higher levels of the mystical teachers, all the right thinkers, give them sufficient time to what? Grieve. That's what they're going to do. They're going to grieve. Yeah, give them they do. That's their right. Again, it's degrading. But it's degrading to what? To the soul. Why? To be clinging to life in a limited state of health. If the body ain't, let the spirit go. So therefore, one should move on to what? Let them go to the next life. They knew there was another life after death. That's why. And nobody ever came back and told us about it. But how do we get the concept from? Where did we get it from? You don't know. So how you know it's wrong? I hate when somebody don't know something and what you tell them because they don't agree with it, you're wrong. Now, how can I be wrong? You don't know. Moving on. You are a believer. Moving on. And if the belief system matches your thought process, you fall right with it. Moving on. The truth will contradict your belief system. That's when you get irrational. That's when called religion. Watch this. So therefore, one should move on to what? Let them move to the next life. Why? Would they get new body? Why? Whoa. Yeah, reincarnated. I told you, you got one of two choices. If they became enlightened, they going back. You hear older people. They call God Father. Father. Why? Because that's the concept, the mental concept, and that's fine with that. Why? They want to go back to their father. That's what spirit's going back to. They understood that. And they didn't get college degrees. They lived it. Okay, they experienced it. So they know if they didn't get smart, and ain't no food like the old food. That means life didn't teach you nothing, or you didn't learn nothing from life. Really? So reincarnation isn't the cause for them. Or watch this. Or on a self-discovery and oneness with the absolute God. When you are enlightened, death don't fear you. You don't fear death. Why? Man, you about to, man, listen. I got a one-way ticket home. Why? I know what I did. I know how I did it, and I know what the rewards are for that. Simple. Moving on. I don't preach it. I live it, and I teach it. That's why. Wrap it up. But the idea, what's this? Of the practice. If y'all read the Bible, why are you reading it? Use it. Excuse me. Use it. Implement it. That's how you find out the truth or not. Simple as that. If it works for you, it's truth. If it ain't paying off for you, it's a lie. That's not hard to discern, but some of us have trouble with that. I understand. Calm down. Yeah. All right, let me wrap this thing up. But the idea is to practice the Per Im Haru teachings. And that was this. And that by the time of death, and it's coming, of the physical body, the initiate should already have what? Discovered that which is beyond death. There should be no mystery about it, and the divine should already have been discovered. You see where we're going with this? I'm about to wrap it home. Take it home. Wrap it up right now. This process, what we call spiritual awakening, aka Nihas, anointed Christ, so everybody got it, but it's promoted. You ready? And everybody got it, and this is the one way, and Christ is right about this. There's only one way. Through what? Through living in accordance with who? Maya philosophy. No matter how you view it, that's where it comes from, and that's what it's all about. When you do that, you ain't got to worry about it. Trust me on that one. And you got the Maya philosophy, but practicing what? The metaphysics, the rituals, and the meditation. See, it ain't just one. No. It's all that stuff that go with that. Okay, I live Maya of the Per Im Haru. If you are Christian, and my pastor lives the Bible, he actually, I said, my man, he done been every character to the. So again, I understand it. I love it. Why? Because I get the concept. All right, but in the Valley of the Queens, in Waset, Kemet, Thebes, and Egypt, and in various papyri, there are what? Depictions, blueprints laid out of parents, what? Making the offerings of Maya and the readings of the Per Im Haru for their children, who are too young to present themselves for judgment. Well, baby, no, that's the parent gonna step in and do their job. That's what they tell you right here. Answering all them questions I heard people asking. See, now I can get that point across. Thus, in this manner, the parent or the guardian should what? Perform said ritual by meditations, chants, and offering daily with the child, or for even the dead child. You stand and represent what is yours. Own it. That's what a lot of men don't understand. Parents, own what's yours. A lot of women don't have a problem with that, but it's the man. Hold that man accountable to do his job. That way it works. If you just put your end, the other end lacking. But if he pulling his end, you got balance. That's called Maya. Hope you enjoyed the lesson. I appreciate giving it to you. And then closing right thing. May y'all live to be 100 miles a day. So I never know that you passed away one way or another. You got to go. That's my message. Gotta go. I gotta go.